Okay. I am trying out a different mask. This was a wall ornament, and well, I've never actually tried this one. Probably for obvious reasons, this thing not fitting right. Alright, let's get started. As you can notice, I'm wearing a pink t-shirt. Today, I asked some of my viewers, and they well, wanted me to watch the Barbie movie. So I went to Walmart, got some snacks, and got a t-shirt. Pink. Don't ask me where I got the shirt, but I got one that actually fit. And, well, let's just say it involved the women's department. Alright. Apparently pink is not manly enough, so they don't actually, well, I hate this thing. No wonder I stopped using it. Nope, fine, I'll just hold this thing. Let's get started. This thing is not tight enough, and I should have done that before I started this. And the eye sockets are horrible. Maybe if I do this several times. Okay, that should work just enough. I can keep it on my eye. Okay, this is weird looking at the camera. I'm not looking at it straight on. Alright, first of all, here is proof I saw the movie. It's probably backwards for you, but yeah, there you go. I saw it at 4:45. I wanted to go at the 2, but unfortunately, I didn't get in up the hill fast enough, and I was stuck in Walmart. So I had to go to the 4:45 showing. All right, let's hear my summary, or let's go to the brief recaption of the movie. Okay, it starts off with the Warner Brothers logo being Barbie pink. The screen goes black for a bit, and then it starts showing children, like in that, you know, that monkey thing where they find the monument or whatever, the slab, and then they start going crazy? Well, you have the narrator starts by saying that as long as humans have existed, girls have been playing with dolls, baby dolls. And they said that the joy that they receive from playing with these dolls is temporarily, and that's all they knew. Well, suddenly a giant living classic Barbie, the 1940s with the hourglass figure and that hairstyle wearing sunglasses shows up. And suddenly all the little girls playing with these dolls go nuts. One starts smashing the dolls, and it just keeps happening as Barbie tilts her sunglasses and is smiling. I didn't know that was coming, but it was still pretty disturbing. From someone who actually doesn't collect Barbie dolls or baby dolls, but a destruction of a toy is still kind of traumatic to me. Alright. After that, it goes to a scene where Margot Robbie, playing our Barbie for the main Barbie for the movie, decides, well, she wakes up and she has this music playing. I don't know the little song, and I'm not going to go into any of the lyrics. She gets up. She takes an imaginary shower, but still somehow feels the temperature. There's no water. And then she goes down. She gets dressed, and suddenly, from these box of clothing or whatever, the boxes that have the doll clothes, she's suddenly transformed from a bath towel. Then she goes down. She goes down the slide, of her Barbie dream house, and then uh, gets a breakfast of toast and a giant little mound of what I can assume is probably it was either toast or waffle, but this other stuff was probably butter or something. I don't know. She pours herself a glass of imaginary milk and proceeds to drink it. And she doesn't take a bite of the food, and I guess she's full. And for some particular reason, Barbie has the ability to float like Peach down to the ground. Don't ask me how physics work in this movie. I guess it's an imaginary world, which I guess Barbie world is. Okay, let's see here. She goes through town. People are greeting her. She's greeting the other Barbies. And you go through construction workers, doctors, everything else. You don't see no Kens. This mask is slipping on me. Okay. What happens then is if she eventually goes to the beach, where we encounter our Gosling Ken, the standard blonde one, six-pack, wearing a beach shirt, shorts, and has a surfing board. And his entire life is completely devoted to getting the attention of Barbie. Well, while there, he tries to show off for Barbie. And unfortunately, seeing how the waves are fake along with all the water, somehow he goes bouncing off it and goes flying about 20, 30 feet in the air very slowly and smacks back onto the beach, while the surfboard gets stuck in the ground. And by the way, everything is plastic, by the way. The sand, everything. What happens is he gets put into an emergency ambulance that gets turned into like a small little clinic. They do a scan, they say everything is fine, and well, they ignore Ken. And by the time he gets done talking, they say, oh, by the way, you've been hailed and whatever. Ken asked if he can go to this party that Barbie holds every night. And finally she says yes. And Ken Gosling has a rivalry with an Asian Ken. Apparently he's more athletic. He can do backflips. He can do backflips, and he has this whole glitter thing, which is kind of weird. Okay. Later on at the party, Ken is just sitting back in the background, and he's getting jealous of all the attention that his Barbie, Margot Ruby's Barbie is getting from all the other Kens, and Barbie is dancing with the other Barbies in this perfect choreography. And it's sort of like a disco thing. Ken gets involved, but Ken is more of an accessory and a backup. It is revealed that Ken is just an accessory to Barbie, and that, he is homeless. Where the Kens go, no one knows. Let's see here. The following day, the same thing repeats itself. I thought this was later or earlier, but Ken tries to kiss Barbie, but she just rejects his affection and tells him to leave. Ken apparently is really in love with Barbie, but Barbie wants nothing to do with Ken. Alright, the next following day, during the party, she kind of stops dancing and says something along the lines of, "Have you ever thought about death?" In order to continue the party, she says about the death, whatever death, if she doesn't continue to dance, whatever, everyone continues until the rest of the night. The following day, well, her whole entire, normal routine is suddenly interrupted. Barbie goes to take an imaginary shower. There's no water, yet it is cold. Barbie goes to get her breakfast, and her waffles are burned, and they don't land on the they get burned. And she goes to the roof to float into her car, and she falls onto the ground. She floats there for about 2-3 seconds and plummets into the ground, but being how it's a Barbie world, she's unaffected. Let's see here. Eventually, she explains everything that's happening to the other Barbies, and they basically tell her she has to go see this Barbie known as the Ugly Barbie, which is a Barbie that happens to have been played with a girl that cut her hair, made her wear this permanent marker to her, made her be able to do the splits, and so on. Let's see here. Am I missing anything? My ADD memory is crap. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. The whole entire movie, they're making fun of the pregnant Medj doll. Barbie and several others are freaked out by her appearance, and they want to ignore her. There's one plus size or super plus size, whatever, Barbie that everyone is, this thing's slipping so bad, is, they hang out with and don't say anything about her. There's also the other Barbies, and so on. It's revealed that there is a Supreme Court of Barbies, there's doctors, lawyers, everything, including astronauts. My review is jumbled. Unfortunately, that's just how my brain works sometimes. Alright, what happens is this ugly Barbie, which let's just say does not make her look anywhere even decently, she is made fun of for being ugly Barbie behind her back and in front of it. Okay, let's hear it. What else? She explains that her doll in the real world, which is affecting Margot Robbie's Barbie, is being affected in the real world, which is a counterpart, like I don't know, sort of like an opposite world or whatever, in that she has to confront her other child that to fix things or sort things out, because Barbie is getting really messed up. Let's see here. I'm just have to hold this thing. There we go. Okay. Barbie is developing cellulite on her legs. She has thoughts about death. And she has anxiety problems and so on. When it's revealed that Barbie basically is what's the word they used? A tween? Yeah, a tween. And so okay. Barbie then gets this going away or whatever um, scene there where they have a huge sign where they're saying a voyage or whatever to the real world, whatever, and come back, whatever. It's a long ass banner, which I can't remember the exact words for. Okay. Then what happens is Ken secretly hides in the back seat because because one of the Asian Ken says something to him, which my brain right here is being like a squirrel and can't remember. Basically, dares him to, and so Barbie reluctantly brings him along. What happens is there's this whole entire process where they have to go by car, by boat, by rocket in space. Um, then they go by jets or by snowmobile, and then finally rollerblades. And suddenly they end up in Venice Beach, California. From there, Barbie immediately notices that everyone is giving her attention from men who are catcalling her and all this other stuff. And Ken is also getting looks too, but he does get catcalled or someone says he's good looking, but I believe those two were people of the LGBTQ community. Okay, let's hear. Alright, after that scene, what happens is Barbie decides to go up to a construction site thinking that she's going to run into women, only to realize they're only men, and they start catcalling her, and she claims something about a double tetanerum, whatever. Oh god, my tongue's being tired now. A double meaning, and she calls him sexist or whatever. She feels feel like she's in danger, and so forth. While Ken is realizing that people are noticing him, and he likes it. Let's see here. Eventually, a guy comes up, slaps Barbie in the butt, and basically Barbie dicks him in the face with a fist. What happens from there? Barbie is arrested. I don't know why Ken was charged. He didn't do anything. And they're released. No charges, nothing, no fines, whatever, they're on their way. While being fingerprinted and everything, the police comment how they like Barbie's looks and everything, and we don't see the scene of them releasing them, but, well, she's released when they're commenting on her one piece. I guess swimsuit or leotard or whatever. From there, Barbie and Ken decide to get some new clothes. Apparently, she decides to go to this costume shop where they have like cowboy stuff, and Ken and Barbie change into this cowboy outfits. They end up running away from the shopkeeper when they say you have to pay for those. The police, they run away. I guess they're captured the police again, and they are arrested and charged again. but the police say that she looks better with clothing, and I guess it leaves more to the imagination or whatever, and they release the two again. So this is the first time Ken is actually charged with a crime. From there, Barbie decides to go sit on a bench and try to think about finding her child or whatever, the one in charge. Hey, welcome. How you doing? Ah, great. And you left. That's all right. From there, um, let's see here. Oh, yes. From there, she tells Ken to go away, but not too far away. And Ken starts wandering around. He finds these office places, and he starts seeing men being. Oh, he gets asked the time. Wait. Well, he starts noticing that he's being appreciative, and men actually have a role in society in which they're not basically second-hand citizens to the women, or I should say, the female Barbie dolls in this world. Um, what ultimately happens is Ken, he starts walking around, he starts asking things, and he finds out that in this world you have to earn things, they're not just given to you, and he wanted to be a doctor. They said he needed a medical degree, you can't just get a lab coat and do things. If he wanted to work in this high demand office thing or whatever, accounting, whatever it may have been, he has to actually get a college degree, and goes so on and so on. He wanted to go work on the beach because that's what he did before. And they say, unless you can swim or whatever, which he says he can't do, and that he'll just stay on the beach. And the other lifeguard says, well, unfortunately, that's where there's no danger or something. He says, well, I can't hire you. All right, long story short, wait, am I skipping here? Whatever. Eventually, they meet up. Barbie actually has memories while focusing on her kid that, well, she knows where the kid's going to be, high school. While she's still wearing this pink cowgirl outfit. They both go to the school, and Barbie gets mistaken for a parent when Barbie starts saying, what are these feelings I'm having and whatever. And this other mother says, that's normal. This is like anxiety or whatever, midlife crisis, whatever. And Barbie proceeds to try to go find her child. Ken basically splits up. He goes to the library and he starts finding all these books on men, and I guess he finds something about patriarchy. Oh God, dude, I can't say words today. The patriarchy. Patriarchy? Oh God, I'm making massacres all day long. Whatever. But he thinks it's just about cowboys and horses. He also learns that men have all these rights and everything that they've done about money and everything else, and he realizes that he doesn't have to be a second-hand citizen in this real world. Well, Barbie, she eventually finds her girl in the cafeteria. Another girl tries to warn her, do not approach her, she's mean. But Barbie says she can handle it. And from there, she starts to approach her. basically approaches the group of girls and her child, and basically says, "I am Barbie, whatever, and you can praise me now." And her girl starts going off on her for being a for causing the female movement to go back 50 years and all this, and she ultimately calls her a fascist. From there, what happens is she's crying and all this, and well, Ken, he wants to go talk to Barbie and saying that men have all these rights and everything, and whatever, and before that happens, there's this meeting with, hey, welcome, how you doing? There is this meeting with the directors of the Montel organization, but we gets a call from one of the guys gets a call from the FBI saying that Barbie has escaped into the real world, which apparently must have not been the first time, because in the meeting or whatever, the FBI agent says that a Skipper doll escaped in the real world and wanted to babysit a child and try to take her to the beach and go surfing or something. And they returned her to the Barbie world, and must have been a big deal or whatever, because when the accountant or whatever goes to warn the president or CEO or whatever of what's going on, he starts freaking out. And ultimately, they say they have to get her back into the Barbie world before real damage is done. So somehow they track her back to the school, and they put her in the back of a black SUV. From there, let's see here. My memory is getting a little fuzzy. I should have started taking notes during the movie. Alright. Ken sees this, and he's wondering if he should get back in the, should try getting into the SUV with Barbie, but he says she'll probably be fine. It is basically, let's see here, the mother of the daughter kind of realizes from an eavesdropping on the meeting that this Barbie being detained by the Montel organization wearing black suits and sunglasses was actually a real Barbie, and all of her drawings have actually influenced Barbie. Cellulite Barbie, Death Barbie, so on. At this meeting, or whatever, when they meet her, they basically said that Barbie can return to her Barbie world if she goes into the box. It's just a big human-sized version of a Barbie doll box that Barbies come in. Welcome. How you doing, by the way? Sorry I'm holding my mask, but this was a wall decoration and it doesn't want to stay on. This is a review of the Barbie movie. Oh, you're gone again. Or someone else. That's alright. I gotta do this before I completely forget. Okay, let's see here. Alright, well, basically, she mentions Ken, and the board says no one cares about Ken, it doesn't matter, so forth. While this is all going on, Ken has decided to return to the Barbie world. He could have stayed in this world where he would have been on his own, but he goes back to teach the other Kens about what he saw and maybe make the Barbie world better. While you're showing this, Barbie agrees to go back, which makes this whole board happy. and relieved, but she asks if she can go to the bathroom first. Well, she runs off, and ultimately they start chasing her. Um, and you have this whole Scooby Doo thing going on with the whole aisles between the cubicles instead of being doors. What happens is she ultimately makes it through this other door and puts a broom in the way, stopping the executives from capturing her and forcing her into the box and go back to this Barbie world. Apparently, the Barbie world and the real world are kind of what's really happening, and they're complete opposites. In the Barbie world, women or female Barbies control everything, and in the real world, more than likely men do. But it's this more extreme view of men, not really like what we really have, but more like the women's movement believed was really going on. Okay, alright. Barbie is trying to find this one room or find any way to escape. And she ultimately enters this one room, closes the door, and is confronted with this like kitchen. Hello, how you doing? I'm reviewing the Barbie movie. Okay. What ultimately happens is she encounters this old woman, who we find out is Ruth, the original woman who invented Barbie. But for anyone who doesn't know it, is not going to recognize this right away. Oh God, I can't keep doing that. Alright, from there, kind of has tea. She explains her problems and how she says she's beautiful the way she is. And Margot Robbie doesn't know who this woman is. And eventually she hears the group of executives trying to find her, and this woman explains that if she goes through the cabinet in the back there, she'll find a staircase that leads to the lobby. Well, she takes it, and when she gets to the lobby, the elevator door is open, and here come all the executives and the CEO. From there, what happens is Barbie jumps the gate, and all of these executives and CEO are idiots. They can't seem to open this gate. They don't jump it, and she runs off to the front doors. What happens is I hate how this is not working. Okay, I don't know why this is staying on. I did that just the other way. It hurts my hand. Okay. What happens from there is they're all fiddling around with it. Someone throws an ID. It doesn't work. And by this time, Barbie is standing outside. Eventually, someone realizes these swinging doors open without anyone actually touching them, and they come after her. Suddenly, the woman who's been working for the company and making these Barbie designs suddenly screeches and stops in front and is telling Barbie to get into the vehicle. And eventually she actually does after some yelling. She explains how when Barbie starts explaining what she's feeling and everything, it is revealed that the young girl stopped playing with the Barbie, and she was going to donate them all except for Margot Robbie's Barbie. And the mother took that Barbie and kept it for herself. She is a designer or whatever. She's been secretary or whatever, working for the Mattel company, and she's come up with these adult design, well, adult issue versions of Barbie. And so Barbie, the mother, and the daughter all decide to return to the Barbie world, and they go backwards, meaning the whole process they used to get there was entirely backwards. They're talking about the whole process of doing so, and apparently they're having a wonderful time or something. Um, let's see here. Wow, it's been almost 36 minutes. Wow, okay. I never really talked this long in my life. Okay. When they get back, things are a little different. Ken has returned with a patriarchy constitution, and so far things seem to be fine. The Supreme Court judges, the President of the United States, which happens to be a dark person of color, Barbie, is basically serving drinks and doing stuff for the Ken dolls. They're saying this is actually kind of fun. They don't have to think of anything. They don't have the demands of their original jobs, so on. What happens from there? The regular Barbie, who has this new experience, confronts Ken. They get in an argument, and ultimately, she doesn't like what's going on, and she leaves. And when then they go in the so-called ugly Barbie, who kind of looks like a modern day women's movement person, short hair, whatever. Basically tells her what's really going on, and they try to change the system back. Oh wait, that's later. Oh god, I'm an idiot here. Okay. Well, what happens is the guys are in charge. Sales for Barbie are kind of really going good. Well, it's now Ken. He has like this movie deal going on. It's all like cowboy theme or frat boy, whatever. And sales are up. And Ken is now relevant. What happens from there? Eventually, Ugly Barbie, the two girls, or the girl and her mother team up with, they team up with, they team up to I guess, unprogram all these women or female dolls, and at least the ones with power. Eventually, they get all the dolls, but they slowly start going through there. I guess they start tricking them, removing the dolls from the other line, and unprogram them or whatever. What happens from there? Let's see here. Oh yeah. I guess they get this big old plan to trick all of them into going to a beach party, confessing their feelings or whatever, and at the very height of their whatever, while they're singing or whatever their attention, they're going to break their hearts, which they do in the movie. One Ken is like singing the song for like 4 hours. First at the house, dream house or whatever, or frat house or whatever the hell they call it. And then at the beach, when you realize there's more than one Ken, including Huh. Okay, including the Asian kin who has a rivalry with the Gosling kin. What happens is they basically pin them against each other, and their idea is to cause them to be infighting at the same time. They restore the Constitution from the Barbies, where they're completely in control. And while this is going on, basically the kids start infighting, like throwing stuff and hitting each other. It's it's one of the kind of a beach fight, whatever. It's one of the most interesting part. Hey, welcome. How you doing? Please do not immediately leave the room. Okay. While this is going on, it kind of moves into this parody part where it's kind of like I want to say it is kind of like the Warriors a little bit. And you're gone. Could you at least leave a like on this when you guys go, if you ever do appear. Okay. And then it kind of devolves into this weird cross of Grease and West Side Story kind of fighting. Eventually, they finally come to an understanding. Whatever. The CEOs followed them and stuff. I guess one broke their arm somehow. Don't ask me how. I wasn't really paying attention. And they come to a realization that they weren't there for the vote. So the Barbies reconstitute their constitution. And suddenly they're in control of everything. The Kens come back to the dream houses that they supposedly owned, and everything is now pink again. And from there, the Barbies say they're in control again, and so forth. And Ken goes up to where the bedroom was, and Margot Robbie's Barbie follows him up there. And he basically confesses that it was fun for a little bit. Both the women liked it, the guys, and so forth, but things went to hell. Suddenly you had to implement government and so forth, and it was no longer fun. Give me a moment here. And basically, Barbie keeps rejecting his affection again. He's trying to kiss her. She's saying basically no. In that, basically, that Barbie this particular Barbie does not need Ken. And he goes through this whole public feelings and everything, and suddenly all the other Barbies start to notice that Ken actually has feelings, which will come into importance later. Okay, let's see here. What happens is the CEO shows up and says that these two women need to leave, or this girl and mother need to leave to restore the balance before things go wrong. He said that basically he wants to keep things from the company the way they were. And this is where Ruth, the actual inventor of Barbie, comes in. And she explains the whole thing about Barbie, why she made Barbie, so forth. And when then the other Barbies reject the offer of restoring everything the way it was and said that things are kind of better the way it is now. One can suggest that one of the Supreme Court justices be a kin, and they reject that offer, but they do say that they should have some rights in the laws that are made. or a subcommittee or something. I wasn't paying attention either. Um, so then basically Ruth takes Barbie or walks off with Barbie and everyone is waving goodbye or something. Um, the CEO guy mentions that Ruth is a ghost who happens to have her own room there, and so confirms that Ruth is dead before the other scene, which kind of ruins it. Oh, whatever. Then what happens is suddenly everything becomes white, and you're on this blank set with flashing lights of like pastel colors. From there, Barbie starts explaining her feelings, everything, and no, wait. Earlier there, the same mother that was coming up with these ideas basically suggests a ordinary Barbie, one who isn't good at anything, who may or may not have kids, and doesn't have a PhD or a doctorate or something like that nature, or Nobel Prize or something. I don't know. All right. Let's see here. Okay. While in this room, Ruth explains the whole thing about Barbie and how Barbie is named after her daughter, Barbara, and advises against Barbie, well, becoming human. Says that there's nothing special you have to do. You just gotta be in the human world or something, and eventually you'll be human. Well, you will be human, and you can age and die. From there, basically, she says, I can't advise you against doing that, and then Ruth holds out her hands and tells Barbie to hold her hands, close her eyes, and then basically feel. And Ruth passes on all of these feelings of what it is to be human and a girl. There's like flashing of like kids and all this other stuff, and ultimately Barbie agrees to says that she wants to be real, and basically the screen goes white, and next thing you know, here we are in the real world. The next following couple scenes, Barbie is in the same vehicle that the mother and daughter were in, and basically she has an appointment to a gynetologist. Oh God, I'm mastering names like hell. Okay, and I guess now she has a real vagina. Before she didn't, so good for her, I guess. Okay, and that's basically the end of the movie. Ken and whatever stays in Ken and the other ones, they stay in the Barbie world, and they say that they'll give Ken some rights to be a regular citizen, but until the real world changes to follow to complement and be the opposite of the Barbie world, they can't really give Ken too many rights or something. And basically, you got the credits running. Okay, this is the part where I will be doing my personal opinions about the movie. I'm pretty sure I missed a bunch out there. But, as I said, ADD brain. I'm pretty sure you know someone who does the same thing. I'm basically a squirrel. Okay. My opinion, this was a fun movie. I went into it understanding that this was a satire parody, and I thought this was really hilarious. This was more of a character development movie for both Ken and Barbie. There's a line in the movie where Ken says it's Barbie and Ken, as in Ken is an accessory in this world that is completely run by women, and that Ken really doesn't do anything except seek the approval and attention of Barbie. At least Gosling characters does. Alright, let's see here. They have different opinions about what happens in the real world. Ken is amazed and feels like he's liberated because of how men have all these freedoms and rights and how they get compliments and attention. Well, Barbie feels that she has been thought being a role model, but now is this thing that has been problematic for society, partially due to what the tween daughter said. And I did like the movie. It's not a great movie. If you think of it as a satire movie, it's actually pretty hilarious. My message is probably not what most people would say or think according to what people are saying. I think Ken is actually an anti-hero. He is oppressed, he doesn't know he's oppressed, and when he finds out that what the real world's like, he tries to bring it back. The problem was he wasn't there long enough to understand the consequences of what society has, and ultimately the world of Barbie or Kingdom falls apart. And immediately, like a uprising regime, Barbie takes over, reinstitutes the original constitution, and suddenly all these liberated kin suddenly are under oppression again, and they have no rights again. At the end of the movie, I think the movie was more about gaining true equality here, even though it was the wrong approach, or I guess consequences of method. But I liked the movie. Basically, it's about, I guess, changing societal norms, I guess. I really can't see this a movie about what would really happen if women were completely in control of things. Seems like a pretty dystopia situation there to me. But it's a good movie. If you go into the movie thinking it's a satire parody, which it is, and there's plenty of parody references and Easter eggs, this is a pretty good movie. I would say it's a B movie. It's not great, but it's not terrible. The message goes so far in the other end, this is nothing but a satire movie. And for that, I think everyone in the theater when I was watching was really laughing their heads off. And I was too, but I was just more breathing through my nose, so I wasn't louder than anyone else. Would I watch it again? No, but when it comes streaming on HBO, streaming service, I will watch it again, probably 2 or 3 times. It was a good movie. The female message actually comes off a little too strong to the point that it is completely lost and reinverted. I'm approaching an hour here, and I still got to do my reality broadcast. So let me get my final opinions here, and I'll go ahead and end this. As I said, the movie does what it needs to do. The movie's message is so far to one side that it tilts itself, and the movie is actually pretty good and hilarious if you go into the movie knowing that there is a agenda and a message, and that it is completely reversed. Other than that, I wouldn't watch it twice. It's not that entertaining, and this would have been the summer for a summer movie, almost before fall. This was the perfect time for it. This has no place to be a fall or Christmas movie. And for that reason, I would recommend anyone to watch it. But go into this movie knowing that this movie is really not meant for children. It was made for adults and for nostalgia of adults who grew up as children. And other than that, this was a pretty good film. It's a B movie. It's not the greatest. It's entertaining, and there's something to take out from it. I'm pretty sure that I got the wrong message as a male, but this movie is actually pretty good. I would recommend people to watch it if you don't want to watch The Meg 2, Mission Impossible, or The Haunted Mansion. Those are the only real competition with this movie. And personally, The Meg 2 was appealing, but when they started introducing other monsters, that's when it lost me. The first movie did not have any of that. As for The Haunted Mansion, it's not as good as the original. I'll watch the Eddie Murphy version, and I will be happy. Let's see here. Mission Impossible 2 unfortunately ends on a cliffhanger, and I'm just going to watch it when both parts come out, and I can watch both movies at the same time as a combo. So, as a combo deal. Other than that, it's a decent watch. If you want something to watch just as a popcorn movie, by all means see it. Don't take the movie seriously. If you're going to watch the movie for the female message, you're going to be kind of sadly mistaken there. And if you're a guy going to watch the movie, it's not really a MGTOW movie either. It's more of a meeting in the middle. And for that reason, I would recommend the movie. As a B movie, I'm going to give about 3 out of 5 stars. It's an okay, it's not terrible, but it's not great. It's a summer movie if you want to watch, but not watch any of the others, and I am perfectly okay with that. Okay, as for the rest, let me show you. I did get the t-shirt from Walmart. I had to go to the sleepwear section. I did make a mistake. I was going to wear a Barbie shirt, or actually, preferably, I was going to get the Ken shirt. Either I am Ken enough or can do instead of tin can do or whatever. Oh, instead of I am a 10, it's I am Ken or whatever. But stupid me, I didn't do my research in seeing which store had it. Walmart had only child size Barbie, and it showed the different faces of the different Barbies, and that would have never fit me. So I may order the I am Ken enough on a hoodie. But that's going to be about it for this movie. It's enjoyable. Does it have rewatch value? Perhaps, depending on what you think of the movie the first time. I'll probably watch it about 2 or 3 times, but that's just because of my OCD. Does it help the women's cause? I have no idea. I wouldn't say I'm red-pilled, but I'm not blue-pilled either. I am in a gray area that's completely indifferent. Okay, I'm really approaching my end here. Let me see here. Okay. Where's the other? Alright, I bought 2 things of popcorn from the theater. These are going to be my lunch tomorrow and part of a snack, probably in the next couple days. I did check my bag. It was just a bunch of safety gear, including my safety vest from work, so I could be visibly seen at night. And this is my dinner. I'm not going to be rating this in my other part of my meal. This isn't chicken sandwiches, and I wasn't going to rate that one either. I'm trying to get exactly to a minute. As you can see, they're just the chicken bites, and I'll be hanging these up and eating them with something. So, there we go. Other than that, I hope you have a great night. I am going to be washing the shirt. This, surprisingly, was a double XL sleepwear shirt, and if you notice, it is literally a double XL shirt. it's not exactly a 3XL. If I would have got a 3XL shirt, it would have been the pastel blue. Primary for Ken. So, hope you enjoy, guys. For Nino and everyone else at work, here you go. I'm wearing a pink shirt. I think I did my short for my one thing showing I was wearing it. And for anyone who saw proof again that I saw the movie, there you go. Alright. Anyways, I hope you have a good day. If you could, leave your opinion about this movie or my review. Maybe a like and maybe subscribe. I still have other stuff here. This is part of my first movie review. And I probably botched this, but it's okay. I'll try to wear another mask, one that actually fits, but I want to try something different for the videos. Alright. I hope you have a good morning. I hope you have a morning, an afternoon, or night. I keep forgetting that I can't really say good because if you're not having a good day, it pisses people off sometimes. Alright. Good night, everyone, for me, and I'll be posting this immediately. So, goodbye, everyone, and I look forward to your comments. And at least leave a like. I want to see how many this one gets. So, goodbye, everyone, and have a good rest or beginning of your day. And goodbye.